Hi, this is A. Wesley. That ain't who tells it like a TI is. If you like my video, please give it a thumbs up. If you like my channel, please subscribe. The topic I'm going to talk to you today about is June's Diary. Last week, June's Diary had posted on their Instagram page that they were featured in the Cosmopolitan Magazine, which is a mainstream magazine, for an article called Renaissance Groups, and I was just so happy for them, and they were happy for them that Cosmetology magazine mentioned them. In the short article that I read online, it was talking about the resurgence of girl groups, and they were saying that over there in Japan, they had been having a lot of K-pop groups, boy groups and girl groups and stuff like that for a couple of years now, and they were saying it seems like every that's what this is. These are the writer's words. I'm paraphrasing. He says it seems like every generation there's a there are resurgence or renaissance of groups, and they were saying groups were real and hot back in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, and then when it got maybe like to the mid 2000s, like the 2010s and stuff, they had kind of either disbanded or drizzled out. And I think the last one they were talking about as far as for the U.S. was Fifth Harmony, and they disbanded in 2017. So it was like there was no other girl groups around except for them and Little Mix. But they were saying it seems like what the author was saying seems like the United States is just starting to catch up with Japan and the K-pop groups. Now, some of the K-pop groups that he mentioned, I did kind of hear about here and there, like Blackpink and BTS. And BTS, I think, is the biggest one over there that's popping. But Blackpink is like second, and they mentioned some other ones, but I wasn't really too familiar with them or knew about them very well. And for the United States, they mentioned Citizen Queen and June's Diary, even though they did not mention Van Jess, and even though they didn't mention Van Jess and Good Girl. We all know that they are a part of the U.S. Renaissance groups or up and coming groups that they were talking about. He was saying the one thing he did, whoever the writer was, I don't know if he was a he or she, but the writer was saying they're kind of glad that a lot of the groups that are coming up today, whether they're from the United States or K-pop or any other country or city around, they're starting to be more international, and they're starting to be more diverse. It's not just like one back in the 90s. They had a lot of R&B girl groups, so they had a lot of white girl groups, so they had just one ethnicity back then. He was saying now he's glad that they are having more diverse and more international groups and stuff like that, because Citizen Kane, they're kind of a mix of two African American girls and seemed like maybe two Latin and maybe one white. I'm not for sure of the race and stuff like that. But it is starting to get like that. And in the R&B realm, the big up and coming groups that are happening are June's Diary, Good Girl, and Van Jess, and stuff like that. But Van Jess has kind of like I think Caribbean background or Jamaican background, but they're still considered R&B and soul and stuff like that. So even though those two girls groups were not mentioned, Good Girl and Van Jess, they are coming up. I know Good Girl had a whole album come out last year before the pandemic. Also Van Jess, and they've really been riding high with that album, especially with that slow down song. They've done a cappella version, a slow version, and even did a remix with Lucky Day. I already did a video about that. You can check that out later. But I was just happy that they mentioned June's Diary, and June's Diary was happy. And the reason why I was happy because Cosmopolitan is a mainstream magazine. I know they've been featured in like blog sites like that grape juice and other small blog sites have been reporting on the June's Diary, like I said, that grape juice and rated R and B and some more black blogs and stuff like that. But for them to be featured and covered in a mainstream magazine like Cosmopolitan, that is a great accomplishment. That is a great thing, and I'm glad that some of these more mainstream people are starting to look at June's Diary, see June's Diary, and stuff like that. And I think if June's Diary come out either with an EP at the end of this year or the top of next year, they really would be talked about because they so far they've only done a mixtape, EP, and a couple of singles here and there. So I think some people, not me, not me. I already know that they're going to be a big R&B type girl group, but then some people are kind of confused because they don't really understand or know the sound because they have put out some good records. They have put out some hits. I like Way Off and Maniac. I've been streaming Maniac on YouTube, the YouTube video, and I've also been streaming it on the Spotify. But I've mostly been streaming the video. But like I said, I'm just so happy for them that they are starting to get noticed by some mainstream magazines. And I liked it, the magazine cover, and I also liked it, the little article. It was short and cute, but it had a lot of substance to it, and I really like that. This is A. Wesley. That ain't even tested like a TI is. I am out.